Hey team, it's Jackie Moore here, team leader from Connecticut, and I'm here to just chat about helping to boost your Facebook party sales so that you can have successful parties that always reach the monthly special minimums. That should be our goal. We don't maybe get it every single time, but that's definitely my goal when I go into this. So there are three things that I think have helped me to be successful with Facebook parties. First is I utilize the hostess as best I can. She is my number one tool. Um, the first thing I do is I use the script that we have for our hostess coaching that helps to get her excited, and I show her a picture of a big, huge stack of books that she can get for booking her party. I try really hard when we're booking to give specific dates that are only a couple weeks away, unless somebody has like a good reason to have it far away, like they're getting married or they're going to be out of town. Otherwise, I just always try to have it within 2 to 3 weeks because the excitement definitely fizzles over time. So you don't want to have it be too far out. The other thing is I try to keep things simple. I am not super wordy when I'm talking with her. I just want to keep it short and not overwhelming. So that's something to keep in mind. And also, like I said, I use her in all aspects of the party beforehand, during the party, and after the party. So one thing I do is, or one thing I heard at convention that I thought was really great is when you're messaging people after the party, you should always be doing post-party follow-up. I know it's not easy because message requests aren't really seen by everyone, but some people do see them. But somebody suggested, I think it was Sarah Duke, who's one of the new directors, suggested doing a three-way message where you put a guest in the message and the hostess so that it's not going to go to their message requests. It'll go to their inbox, and it's not going to pop up on the bottom of their screen of Facebook, but it is going to go to where they can see it. They don't have to go searching for a message request. So that is a great tip that I'm absolutely going to use, because what I was doing before was I'd message them and then I would tag them in the event, which now we cannot tag unless they have actually RSVP'd. And I used to tag everyone after the party after I sent them a message. And my post Facebook party messages are up somewhere in the files section of the Book Mafia page, but those really have changed my business. Making sure I follow up with everyone after the party, it's definitely increased my bookings because some people may not jump to host a party during the party, but they might be interested and just need somebody to actually ask them. Something else that's helpful for me is having that Google form, and I didn't know how to make one, but when we came up with a new script in the fall, I made one, and it just has simple questions. You know, would you be interested in getting put on my email list? Interested in hosting, joining, or if your friend joined, would you be interested in hosting? And they can say yes, maybe, no for all those things. And on that, there are quite a few people who say maybe or yes to hosting a party who don't actually jump out and say it during the party. So that has also been really valuable to me. And a lot of them put their email addresses in there. So if they're not responding to a message request, I can email them about hosting a party. So all of that follow-up is really important. Also, I have the hostess message people when I'm trying to get in touch with them and they're not responding to me, or I can tell that they haven't even seen it yet. Specifically people who said that they wanted to host, or just for any reason. Any reason I've messaged somebody, if they are somebody who seemed pretty likely to buy something and they haven't yet, I also have her say, hey, the rep is trying to, or sent you a message, could you check your messages and get back to her, or whatever they say. And I think 75% of the time they do actually respond to that. So having their friend reach out to them versus me seems to be more successful. And something new I heard from convention from Sarah Duke was she said she has her current hostesses pick out her new hostesses before the party even starts. She tells them asks them for the 2 to 3 people who are most likely to host, and so that she as a consultant can start working on them at that angle right from the beginning. So I thought that was also a good tip to have going into the party. Something else that I do are incentives. So the first thing was using your hostess as your biggest tool. Second was incentives, and I use the same exact party script as everybody else, which is what got me thinking, what am I doing differently? So these are the things I think I might be doing differently. Otherwise, my script is exactly the same. So incentives in the party, I offer the 2 free Shine-a-Lights. Before that script came out, what I would do is I'd offer them incentives for being a good hostess. So I'd offer them $5 more in free books for getting 10 people to say yes. I'd offer another 5 for getting 20 people to RSVP. And I'd offer another 5 for them to comment and like each of the pre-party posts. And so this is all before their party. And this is something I do think worked really well. So I'm kind of thinking about going back to that and not offering 2 free Shine-a-Lights when they book, but just offering 1 and then giving them the opportunity to earn another $15 in free books. And it really does pay off for them and for me to do that little bit of extra work and to be excited and attentive before their event starts. I'm realizing more and more my parties that are most successful, the hostess has helped build up a level of excitement beforehand. I have some parties where the hostesses don't barely do anything, even though I'm suggesting to them to do something. And then when their party starts, they're commenting and liking and tagging people like maniacs, but no one's paying attention because they didn't get them excited beforehand. So I think that that's part of our job, is to help them get their friends and family excited as much as possible beforehand. Again, without being too over the top. I don't always have people tag all their friends before the party starts, which is one of our things in our hostess coaching. But if they can get their friends to RSVP, their friends are going to see every single time that they comment or like something in that party. So if they're commenting and liking, that's more times it's going to show up in their news feed before the party. What else do I do? Also, our booking reward, or our hostess rewards, are supposed to be with 1 booking, and so that's something that's good to say up front, and tell them that it's easy to do. Tell them to share with their friends that it's easy to host a party, especially a Facebook party. That way you're going to get your sales. They're going to work to get up there to 400 or 350, whatever the hostess rewards are for the month. You can have somebody that's at like 200, 250, and you can remind them how much more free books they're going to get. I always do that, the next couple days afterwards, and say, hey, you're at $250 in sales right now. You're getting, I don't know, $40 in free books and this much in half price. If you get to $400, you're going to get $140 in free books and $100 at half price, or whatever it is. And that's a big jump, and it's definitely incentive for a lot of people. So kind of breaking it down to them, telling them where they're at is helpful. Gives them incentive. Something else that I've done a few times, and also that Sarah Duke mentioned, which if you guys don't know who Sarah Duke is, she's the director who promoted in 4 months, which is bonkers, and not necessarily my style, but she clearly has some talent at what she's doing. So I'm definitely listening to some of her advice. And she's done most of her business through Facebook parties, so she's good at it. But anyways, the second place, she does a second place prize for her book prize. So the first place one goes to the person, who randomly wins. But the second place prize, she offers to the people who were most active but have not booked yet. And she will offer them a wipe clean pack. So just a few wipe clean cards that are put together with one of those little rings and a reusable marker. Or she'll give them $20 in free books for hosting a party of their own in the next 4 weeks. And those ones are not picked randomly. Like I said, they are specific people that she's targeting to they'll be most likely to want to have the party. So I think that is an awesome idea. Since we already gave the other prize away to somebody else who really did win it, I think it's okay to target people that would benefit from the party and that would help your business grow. And the last thing I thought of as far as what maybe has helped with my success is my tone. I think that it's really obviously important to be positive all the time. I use smiley faces all the time. I just want them to have a happy experience with me. And I also want it to seem genuine. So I do not try to be overly excited. That's just not my personality. I'm pretty high gold and then green. And I'm not really bubbly and things like that. So for me, that wouldn't seem genuine at all. And I think that people can kind of get that, I'm happy and I'm a positive person and I have joy, and that comes through in what I do. And I think that's important for all of us to kind of keep that in mind too. I think that people can sense when we're being fake, and they don't receive that as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. And also, the last thing is to be firm if you have to. I've had this go either way, but I still stand strong by it. I had my first Facebook party or second Facebook party in January, so it's like after the Christmas break and everything. I had a hostess who didn't really want to private message people to invite them to her party and to see who was invited. And I just said, hey Laura, I understand that it's just a little bit more work, but I want this party to be successful and to be what you envisioned it to be, which is getting lots of free books. And the best way to do that is to populate your party with people who actually want to be there. Sending a group message or just adding people to the event will most likely be a flop, and it won't be worth your time or my time, and you won't get all the free books that you wanted. And her party, she was like, okay, I get it. Her party was awesome. It was like $450 party in January, and I got like 4 bookings off of it. One person who did a home party and a Facebook party. So it totally set my year off to a great start. I had a bad experience with it too just recently, right after coming back from convention. A girl didn't want to do that at all, and I explained to her the same exact thing, and she said, I'm all set actually. I feel too pressured. So, however, she probably wasn't going to be a great hostess in general. I mean, it's not a lot of work to host a party with us, but it takes a little bit, just a little. And I think she just wanted to do absolutely nothing and get a lot of free books for it. So it's okay. I've got other things going on, and I'll just move past it. So, and that is it in a nutshell, what I think can help all of us to be successful. Work your hostess as your number one tool. Use the incentives skillfully, and remember your tone when you are chatting with your hostesses. Good luck earning the cruise. Or no, not the cruise. I'm in cruise mode. I probably need more coffee too. Good luck earning the Disney trip.